Hello, and you're watching Showing Vietnam, a daily talk show on Netviet VC10. This is Phan's pleasure to meet you tonight. And in today's program, we're really honored to introduce the Excellency, Mr. Ambassador of the Kingdom of Netherlands in Vietnam. He will share with us more about the trade, economic relation between the two countries in recent years. So hello, Mr. Ambassador. This is my big pleasure to meet you in our studio today. So how are you today?
Feeling very well and very positive.
So can you share with us about your life, your time you stay in Vietnam?
Of course, but I have to tell you that I'm already for 4 years in Vietnam, and I feel very much surprised to see that your country is still moving in only one direction, and that is forward. I also still feel the positive energy among the Vietnamese people, and I know despite the economic crisis, Vietnam, your country, is still growing. And for an ambassador, it is a very positive environment to work in.
Wow, great. So during the 4 years that you are living and working in Vietnam, what do you feel about the Vietnamese people or maybe the Vietnamese staff that are working in your embassy?
Well, about my staff, I will not say a word. But I can tell you, Vietnamese people, I have experienced them as very eager people, eager to learn and learn fast. And if you look at our bilateral relations, they are growing every year. So this is a very positive sign.
So you are the, ambassador of the Kingdom of the Netherlands Embassy to Vietnam in 4 years. So could you share with us about the overview of the bilateral relation between Vietnam and Netherlands in recent years?
Yes, and of course then I have to start with the fact that this year, 2013, we mark 40 years diplomatic relations. And it means that if you look back, we started our relationship based on development cooperation. And also this year we are shifting to a relationship based on win-win economic cooperation. And I think this is better for both our countries.
So now we just spent 5 minutes for the TV viewers of Showing Vietnam to have an overview of the bilateral trade between Vietnam and Netherlands.
Vietnam and the Netherlands officially established the diplomatic relations on April 9, 1973. Over the last 40 years, the friendship and cooperation between two countries have been gradually strengthening and developing in many fields such as politics, diplomacy, investment and commerce. Nowadays, the Netherlands has become one of the largest EU investors and trading partners in Vietnam, and the Netherlands is also one of the biggest ODA suppliers to Vietnam in the field of education, prevention of natural disasters, freshwater, sanitation, agriculture and rural development. Through the ODA programs, the Netherlands is an important partner of Vietnam in attracting investment, learning management experiences, and transferring the high technologies. The year 2013 is an important year, marks a positive shift in the bilateral relation between the two countries from a relationship based on development aid to an equal partnership characterized by mutual economic advantage.
Mr. Ambassador, we know that the trade and economic cooperation between Vietnam and Netherlands has grown strongly for the past few years. So could you please tell us more about this cooperation as well as some outstanding or significant achievement that both two sides have gained so far?
Yes, we are a very strong economic partner, and I think that's also something to do with the fact that we are not celebrating 40 years diplomatic relations only, but that the trade relations between Vietnam and Netherlands already go back to 400 years ago, when Dutch ships came at shores of Vietnam.
Yes.
Hoang is, for example, a Dutch trading post.
Wow.
So I think this background makes us a strong partner. And I also believe that Vietnam and the Netherlands have a lot of common ground. We have long coasts, we have deltas, and we are big in agriculture.
And maybe we can, thanks to these very common things, common features that you have said, we can base on it to develop our relation. So how do you assess about the Dutch invested projects operation in Vietnam currently?
I think we are doing quite well. Of course, there are always difficulties in entering and doing business in Vietnam, but these obstacles are to be overcome. I think Vietnamese people, if they shop, they see many products which they might not link with Holland. Dutch Lady, Heineken, Deluxe Paints, Omo, Dove are from Unilever. So these business operations are being conducted very successfully.
Yes. So what are the major areas in the industry that attract the Dutch enterprise to invest or cooperate in Vietnam?
Apart from these products for the Vietnamese people, we are very strong in water management. We try to assist you in dealing with floods, with climate change. We would like to help you in producing more agricultural products like cashew nuts, seafood, coffee and rice. And we are trying to be strong in shipbuilding and port development.
And for the very famous brand name Dutch Lady, the milk that you have just said, right? Yes. We know that Vietnam still have a long way to go to improve in many aspects. So, in your opinion, what should Vietnam do to, attract more and more Dutch enterprises to come and have some cooperation with Vietnam?
I think in a period of global economic crisis, Vietnam should work on a number of issues. First of all, macroeconomic stability, trying to be competitive, and that means economic restructuring. But I read in the newspapers, see on television, the government and the people know it already.
Yes.
And I only wish you a lot of success in tackling these challenges.
Thank you. And we know that Vietnamese enterprises in recent years has shown a lot of interest in investing or cooperating overseas. So do you have any advice for them to invest in the country like the Kingdom of Netherlands?
I can only promote the Netherlands. And I can tell you, we have very good infrastructure. If you look at Schiphol Airport, Port of Rotterdam, we have a very attractive taxing climate. And I think the quality of life in the Netherlands is very good. So I would welcome Vietnamese investors to consider Holland as their investment destination.
Yes, so now we just review some significant cooperation between two sides in the following clip.
In economic and trade relations, despite the negative effects of global economic crisis, Vietnam and the Netherlands have achieved positive developments over the last few years. The trade turnover has increased strongly year by year, and it has always been export surplus from the Vietnamese side. According to Vietnam Economic News, Vietnam's export to the Netherlands have increased an average of 50% per year since 2002. In the end of 2012, the Netherlands invested nearly $6 billion with 200 invested projects, ranking the 11th among the 69 countries and territories investing in Vietnam. Bilateral trade turnover was more than $2 billion, of which the exported goods of Vietnam to the Netherlands reached more than $2.47 billion, increase of 15.2% compared to the same period in 2011. The Vietnamese trade counselors in the Netherlands, Đào Duy Giám, said that there is a large potential to further promote Vietnam-Netherlands economic, trade and investment relations in the future. Recently, many Dutch consulting companies have come to Vietnam to learn more about the Vietnamese market, paving the way for small to medium enterprises from Netherlands to enter Vietnam's market. That is a good sign for boosting the bilateral relations in terms of economies between Vietnam and Netherlands in coming times.
So, Mr. Ambassador, in your opinion, what are the most potential fields of industry that both two sides we can put much more effort and pay attention to accelerate boosting it in the new year 2014?
I think thanks to the many high-level visits we have, prime ministers, deputy prime ministers, ministers, we have already chosen the sectors where we can cooperate best. I told you it is water,
yes,
agriculture, transport, energy, and shipbuilding and port development. And what we have to do this year and the next few years is to build on those cooperation already.
And we know that this year is very important because it marked the 40th anniversary of the the relation between the two countries. So could you share with us more about the plans that you intend to do for celebrating this occasion?
We started last Monday with the establishment of the Friendship Association. I think it is very important. We will have an increased participation in trade fairs. We will organize trade missions. We will have a photo exhibition.
Wow.
And very important, in Ho Chi Minh City later this year, a Holland village. Last time we did it in 2010, it attracted more than 1 million visitors. So I hope that many Vietnamese would like to participate in these events.
Yes, we're looking forward to see this event and a huge amount of people that will attend it. So Mr. Ambassador, before ending the interview here, would you like to say the last message to the Vietnamese audience who is watching this show?
Yes, I would certainly like to do so. To all Vietnamese, I wish all of you a chúc mừng năm mới, and I hope this year will be a prosperous year again for both the Dutch and the Vietnamese people.
Okay.
And perhaps we have talked a lot of trade and investment, but I think the best investment is in people. And what the Dutch has done, a few hundred Vietnamese have studied in Holland, and every year about 180 Vietnamese students are going to Holland. And I think these people-to-people contacts are the best investment for fostering our good relationship.
Okay, so thank you so much, Mr. Ambassador, for your very special and interesting greeting for the Vietnamese people in the new year 2013. And also, we are looking forward to further boosting the relation and cooperation in the field of education, like you said. And once again, thank you so much for taking time for us today.
Thank you so much.
And that concludes our show today. Thank you for watching Showing Vietnam from Netviet VTC 10. I'm Phương Liên. If you have any comments, please send an email to showingvietnam@gmail.com. Leave today, see you tomorrow.
Xin cảm ơn Ngài Đại sứ George Sheffer và biên tập viên Phương Liên về câu chuyện thú vị vừa rồi. Và tiếp theo chương trình sẽ là mục Việt Nam hội nhập và phát triển bền vững. Chúng ta sẽ cùng gặp lại biên tập viên Khánh Long.
Cảm ơn biên tập viên Hồng Giang. Thưa quý vị và các bạn, phong trào xây dựng nông thôn mới mà điển hình là phát triển kinh tế hợp tác đang tiếp thêm sinh lực giúp người dân Hà Tĩnh vươn dậy với những hình ảnh tươi mới để xua đi cái đói, cái nghèo trên vùng đất vốn nổi tiếng với trào lửa, túi mưa của miền Trung này.